This episode of My Two Satoshis is brought to you by Plutus Wallet. Do you have a crypto trading strategy you want to test out risk-free? Well, try it out with Plutus Wallet. Plutus Wallet casually teaches you cryptocurrency trading or the ability to test your own strategy. Learn to combine the best coins, create and collect profitable portfolios, and manage them all to the top. Install the Plutus Wallet from Google Play or Apple Store and use my referral code that you see on the screen to receive 100 Plutus Coins as a bonus. This bonus only applies to Google Play Android apps. The Plutus Wallet, your chance to become a winner in the world of cryptocurrency. Classic hip hop right here. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is one day after July 4th, 2019. Shout out to my man Jason A. Never forget Fukushima. Well, it doesn't matter if we don't forget him or not. The ramifications, the damage from that whole situation is pervasive. It's going to affect us one way or another. So crazy how governments cover that stuff up. But anyway, song request for today, Cypress Hill, Insane in the Brain. Classic right here. Thanks for this song off the Black Sunday album from Cypress Hill. What's good, people? Hope you all are doing well out there on YouTube. Today, we are going to look at, and this was a shocker. I didn't even know this. Dogecoin goes up like 35-37% today off of the backs of them being listed on Binance. I thought they were already on Binance. How could they not have all the other shit coins they got on Binance? They don't have Dogecoin, one of the originals. Insane in the Brain is what that is. We'll take a look at the details on that. Also, this article out of News BTC is saying that this USDT-Bitcoin relationship means that Bitcoin may explode over the weekend. So we're going to take a look at this article and see what details they're talking about. I don't know if it's from what we talked about yesterday as far as Bitfinex issuing Tether on Ethereum. But we're going to take a look at it and see what they have to say. If so, it's fine. Some of you may have not seen my video from yesterday, so it may reiterate and drive home the point. But man, this one right here, people, out of CCN, Peter Schiff reveals crypto holdings. Shreggy? Crypto holdings? Peter Schiff? Shame on you. Community sends him Bitcoin. So I think he revealed that he had like $100 worth of Bitcoin. He responded to Pomp on Twitter regarding this, and shortly after, people started sending him even more Bitcoin. I think it's like up to over 1,900 right now. Peter Schiff, you should be thanking the Bitcoin community. You should have revealed this long ago, because you would be sitting on a big bag if you would have revealed years ago, because the crypto community definitely would have been sending you some holdings back then. And before we get started, shout out to moonlambotees.com. You can save 10% if you use the word CryptoBlood10 on your checkout. And also smartcash.cc. Check those guys out as well. Very great community, faster than Visa and MasterCard, and no processing fees, almost instantaneous. They were actually voted #1 crypto in Brazil in 2018. So check those guys out as well. Let's go ahead and look at this heat map really quickly. The majors look to be down a bit, but we've got rotation over from the majors. Finally, this is the rotation I was looking for when we pulled back from 14,000. Unfortunately, we didn't get that. However, rotation from the majors into the alts are popping hot. Look at Binance Coin, people. $40, almost $41 today, up 22%. I'm so glad I was loading the boat on this Binance Coin a year ago, man. I hope you guys were too. Bitcoin Cash down, Bitcoin down 4.5%, almost 5%. Litecoin down 4.4%. EOS down 2%. The majors teetering there, all red so far. But again, Binance up greatly. Tron up greatly, up 19%. And this just lets you know, we're in a purely speculative market still. 10 years later, purely speculative. Almost no one's, let's just be honest, almost no one's using these coins for anything meaningful. No type of volume as far as using them for purchasing goods or services online or even brick and mortar. So this is all purely speculative. And that's why I can't say for a lot of the actual cryptocurrencies that they will go away. We have to see what happens here, people. Now, some of the crypto tokens, the assets The ones that were supposed to be used as utility, those will be repriced for sure, because a lot of the value that we see in those coins right now are with the expectation of them being utilized as a utility token. So I have to just kind of wait and see with the cryptocurrencies which ones will boom. I think a lot of them will still boom. Even when Bitcoin makes its run for all-time highs, you're going to see Litecoin, you're going to see Bitcoin Cash, you're going to see BSV probably move up. It just is what it is. And you're definitely going to probably see Dogecoin move up, since there's new access or liquidity for that coin on the largest exchange, which is Binance. We're going to talk about that in a second. But first, let's take a look at this technical analysis. Not looking too good at the moment, people. I'm going to recolor this one. Let's just do crypto blood red. And as you can see, we're kind of heading toward my other line. At this point, you could possibly consider this still the D wave, but it's not looking that way. It's less and less looking like it's a continuation of the D wave. It looks like D wave failed, and we're heading back toward this trend line. So at this point, we need to see a bounce off of this trend line or near it. It may dip a little bit below it, and the market actually may, I'm just going to move this down. It may look at now this being the trend line. Just depends. So what you want to do is, what I would do is just draw, I'm just going to kind of draw a line here and then move this trend line back up here, so I know this is the original trend line. So I kind of have an idea of where it could dip below to not panic. Like if it dips below this red line, then for sure get the hell out the way. We're heading lower, people. We are heading lower. I'm talking about probably 8,900. That looks like a nice base there. So 8,900 definitely looks like a floor, just looking at prior support and resistance areas. So if we can't hold this, we are definitely heading to 8,900. And we'll battle it out there with the bulls and bears. See how simple that is? No indicators. On to the first article. My beloved Dogecoin finally listed on Binance. This is a damn shame, people. Doge up 30%. I can't believe. I didn't even know. I don't trade Doge anymore. I have some on a wallet from 6 years ago on one of my old phones. I'm just going to leave those sitting there. Maybe one day they'll be worth a whole bunch. But Doge finally listed on Binance, up 30%. I think more than 30% at the moment. Yep, Doge is up 36% at the moment. And what you guys have to understand about Doge is that it is a script coin. So it's basically a fork off of Litecoin. And for those OG crypto people, I'm sure you remember back in the day when Bitcoin, actually I should say Litecoin and Dogecoin merged mine, so they were sharing hash power. I'm not sure. Some of the OGs let me know if they're still merging or sharing hash power. Can't remember, but that was it was like Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Dogecoin. Like Litecoin and Dogecoin were siblings. Back in the day, if you visited CoinDesk or Cointelegraph, I can't remember which one, but they literally had three tabs. It was Bitcoin news, Litecoin news, and Dogecoin news. So shout out to all my Doge people out there still holding it down. But anyway, it says here, major cryptocurrency exchange Binance announced today that it will list Doge in a post on its website on July 5th. Starting at noon UTC today, the following Dogecoin pairs will start being traded on the exchange. That is Doge BNB, Doge BTC, Doge USDT, Doge Pax, and Doge USDC. Furthermore, users can already deposit their Doge on the exchange in preparation for the trading. At press time, it looks like the coin in question reacted by reporting significant gains. Doge is up about 31% over the last 24 hours, and most of the gains have been registered in about 30 minutes. That's insane. According to Finder, Dogecoin was started as a joke currency when Bill Marcus from Portland, Oregon, created it and named it after Doge, a meme representing a dog of the Shiba Inu breed. The coin is currently the 26th cryptocurrency by market cap, and total value of the network is around $503 million. And, I wanted to highlight this because what you guys have to realize here is that Again, what I said at the beginning, these are still purely speculative markets, people. Like, don't take this stuff too seriously as far as the utility of any of these coins, because let's be honest, none of them are really being used in the real world. It's just good to see, a community like Dogecoin still be around, and it just shows you from a behavioral economics perspective how people can place value on coins that really have no real utility. It's just a community of people, and that's cool. I don't have any problem with that. What do you think about Dogecoin? Are you familiar with the community? I've said this many times. I know I have a lot of new subs, but back in the day, we did send Jeff Wise. We sponsored him on his NASCAR. We sent the Jamaican bobsled team to the Winter Olympics that year. I think it was 2014. So, I mean, it's just cool to see, and I love it, man. I think we should see more playful, lighthearted type of projects out there. So many people get so wrapped up emotionally into this crypto game. You just need to fall back. Calm down. Calm down, people. Not that serious. Anyhow. Second article out of News BTC, USDT-Bitcoin relationship means Bitcoin may explode over the weekend. So let's take a look at this. I'm not sure if this is kind of what's covered in yesterday's video, but let's check it out. It says there is a correlation between the timing of USDT minting and Bitcoin price expansion. Because of this, critics maintain that USDT is a tool for price manipulation. Meanwhile, with Bitcoin shaky and $100 million more worth of USDT printed, prices stand to recover. It says the performance of Bitcoin in the first half of this year is nothing but outstanding, accompanying renewed interest or fear in future prices of cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin is often a direct correlation with Tether. USDT, minted by Tether Limited, a subsidiary of iFinex, is a safe haven. That is, during times of extreme price volatility, traders and Bitcoin holders tend to flock to the coin either in anticipation of price expansion. Conversely, traders tend to liquidate the stablecoin when prices of digital assets are slumping. It is this close correlation between Bitcoin prices and USDT in circulation that traders are keenly watching. Not agreeing with allegations that the stablecoin is used to manipulate prices, Jesse Powell, the CEO of Kraken, explained that the expansion of USDT in recent days is because of the growth of USD supply backing Tether Unlimited. He said that the same trend is visible in Kraken. Whereas more USD flood the market, the value of Bitcoin tends to expand. Therefore, because of the latest minting of $100 million of USDT by Tether Treasury, it is highly likely that Bitcoin prices will correct higher like in previous cases. Add that to the safe haven status of the asset in light of increasing uncertainty and possible fund rate cuts. BTC bulls are at a vantage position. I agree. I do agree with that. So what do you guys think? Do you think this new increase in USDT, $100 million worth, is going to affect Bitcoin in a positive way or a negative way? You guys let me know in the comments below. I personally think it can only help it in a positive way. So let's see how this $100 million is allocated into the markets right now. It looks like it may be flooding into the altcoins. But again, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Interesting article there. So maybe that's something you should start looking into, the supply amount of Tether, to kind of forecast whether or not we're going to see a push up or down in Bitcoin. Those little things are what professionals normally look at, the things that aren't like flashing right in front of your face, right? Those subtle things to give yourself that edge as an investor or trader in any asset class. And on to the last article, man. Peter Schiff reveals holdings and the community sends him more Bitcoin. So it says that Bitcoin basher Peter Schiff has been quietly holding some of the biggest cryptocurrency. Schiff, who is a gold bug, has been incessantly cranky on crypto and recently characterized Bitcoin investors as dumb. The shoe is on the other foot now, as it turns out. Schiff, who is the CEO of Euro Pacific Capital, received roughly $100 worth of Bitcoin as a gift and has been holding it ever since. Morgan Creek Digital Anthony Pomp brought it up on Twitter, and Schiff didn't deny it, deciding instead to provide more details. This inspired Pomp to offer to send the crypto skeptic more Bitcoin. After one failed attempt, Schiff found his Bitcoin wallet address and tweeted it. He has since racked up some $500 worth of Bitcoin, and that's just at the time of this article. Last I checked, it was at $1,900. Meanwhile, his precious commodity gold has been almost as volatile as Bitcoin. Not at all. The price of gold rose above the psychological important $1,400 level at the beginning of the week, only to fall back below it. Gold just lost more of its luster. It goes on to say that after U.S. job data came in better than economists were expecting for June, investors found less of a reason to invest in the safe haven, and gold prices dropped. Schiff is still crying recession, and he expects the Fed to cut rates, which he says would boost inflation. So Mark Mobius actually commented on this, and I saw this video on Bloomberg. So let's go ahead and check this out.
It feels like, if you look at markets, to me, it feels like the big question right now is why are bonds and stocks both rallying at the same time? And in fact, if you take a look at this particular chart, pull it up on the GTV function. If you're a Bloomberg client, you can see that yields have been trending down, just as stocks have been trending up, of course. Both of those things implying very different pictures for the global economy. Which side are you on? Are stocks right or are bonds right?
Well, if I'm a new buyer, bonds are not the place to be with lower rates. If I'm holding bonds, that's great. But I think the place to be would be in stocks. And by the way, gold. Just think about it. If you're not getting anything in the bank with these low rates, it makes sense to have a little gold in your portfolio. And I believe that's happening, in addition to the fact that you have Russians and other central bankers stocking up on gold. Again, I bring up the cryptocurrency issue because with the kind of liquidity you're seeing out there, people are going to be wondering, what is currency? Where do I go? What's the place? And I believe stocks are the way to be, because there you can see the dividends and you can see the earnings of the company that would be adjusted to the inflation rate.
Mark, I am literally like the horse that you can take me to the trough and I will drink from it. You've mentioned Bitcoin twice now, so let's go there. Let's go there. Is it a store of value? Can we break higher? Have you bought any recently? $11,847.77 this morning. Are you a buyer, and why?
I'm not a buyer, but I realize that it is something we have to account for. The reason why I'm not a buyer is that I don't know what the real value is. And unless it's so widely held and accepted, then that's a different story. Because let's face it, all currency is based on faith. And if you have faith in the dollar, or faith in the renminbi, or faith in the euro, whatever it is, then you can use it. But the problem with these cryptocurrencies is not that widely used, except in a lot of illicit activity. As you know, a lot of the drug transactions.
Oh, come on now, Mobius.
Taking place with cryptocurrencies.
Nonsense.
But look,
I'm going to cut it off there, but I just wanted to let you guys hear what he had to say about that, as far as, and it just echoes exactly what I said earlier. I didn't even see this video fully. I just saw it on YouTube scrolling through because I'm subscribed to Bloomberg. But yeah, I mean, it's not widely held, cryptocurrencies that is, but the market is trying to price in. What is the fair market value of Bitcoin? No one really knows. But in the meantime, and in between time, it's going to head higher, I think, with the level of liquidity in the markets are like very low. So any spillover from traditional capital markets are going to just accelerate this beyond our belief, or I should say beyond most people's beliefs. Let's just see what happens here. The article goes on to talk about regulators around the world cracking down on illegal activities surrounding crypto with a focus on anti-money laundering policies. Mobius is not a buyer yet, but he's not ruling it out either. Wanted to report primarily on, Peter Schiff owning some Bitcoin, and oh my God, he owns more than $100 worth that was given to him as a gift, I'm sure. If not, he's the most stubborn individual in finance that I know. But that's pretty much it for today, ladies and gents. Thank you for checking those articles out with me. Dogecoin finally listed on Binance. We've got USDT printing another $100 billion or 100 million, I should say. Is that going to affect Bitcoin in a positive or negative way? And lastly, Peter Schiff owning Bitcoin. We already knew he owned. We know he owns more than $100 worth as well. But again, you guys let me know your feelings on all of those articles and anything else in the crypto game in the comments below. Shout out again to my man Jason A for the song request. Cypress Hill, Insane in the Brain. It's your boy Crypto Blood, and that's my 2 Satoshis for July 5th, 2019. I'm out of here, people. Pow!